Welcome back to my Latin classroom. I wanted to start us off with this verse, Psalm 18:2. The Lord is my rock, my fortress, and my deliverer. A mighty fortress is our God. I've been using scripture a lot to calm my soul during these times of being at home all the time. So I hope you find scripture that will be a comfort to you and your family also. Well, this week we're going to have another chapter vocab quiz on chapter 9, so make sure you use the flashcards that I put up, and I pronounced everything for you. So there's 2 videos on the vocab quiz, and just like I did for chapter 8, I will post the quiz Thursday before, after you study. So it'll be posted Thursday, April 17th, because next week is our break. If you'd like to work on Latin, that's your choice, but I'm not assigning anything to be done over the break. You may do it when we come back the day after Easter and then work through that, and it's due the following Friday. So, vocab quiz. Then we're going to learn about the ablative case. Remember these charts? Go look for them. This is the first declension feminine. We're going to learn about the ablative case, which is way down here at the bottom. Nominative, genitive, dative, accusative, ablative. The first declension looks like a with a macron over it for the singular, and it's an is for the plural. Let's look at the masculine. Second declension masculine. Ablative. It's got an O with a long sign over it. Look at this bonus. It's an is, just like the feminine first declension. And I didn't put up the second declension neuter because the ablative is identical to the second declension masculine. The ablative is an O and an is. How do you use this? Well, that's the first thing that you're going to do. You're going to get your textbook out and you're going to read pages 60 and 61 in chapter 9. Those are the 2 pages that are after the vocab words. Read them, understand them, and then you will be able to practice. And that's what these 5 other things are. There's 5 things that you're going to do to learn the ablative case. All right, I'm going to show you some of the things. So if you get to the worksheets and you don't understand what I'm asking, come back to this video, because I will show you some examples of what you're going to do. The first worksheet, the first thing you're going to do is practice identifying the ablatives in English. Couldn't be any easier. So let's take a look over here. Let me rearrange the camera so you can see what's on the board. So the first thing you're going to do after you read the textbook and write down the things I suggest you write down is that you're going to look at sentences that are written in English, and you're simply going to type in the words that represent the ablative. So it will be things like with joy, with a cart, from the palace. Very simple. I think there's 8 of those. Okay. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to practice finding the ablative word in a Latin sentence. There's 8 of them. Again, very simple. Let's take a look at an example sentence. Miles et socii gladiis pugnant. Okay, so look at each word. Tell me if it's in the ablative. This is miles. Does it have a long O, a long A, or an is at the end? No. This is in the nominative case. Look at this word, one of our special words, et. It means and. It is not in the ablative case. Look at socii. Ah, there's an I. That means it's nominative plural. Okay, let's look at gladiis. Does it have an is at the end? Yes, that is the ablative word. So you would type in, or you would check off the box, gladiis. Let's continue though for thoroughness. Let's look here at the end here. NT. Oh, NT means that it is a verb. Okay, so if it has T or NT at the end of something that looks like a verb, not just a T, because this is and, that's the conjunction and, but it has to look like a verb. and have T or NT at the end of it. All right, so that's a simple thing you're going to do for the third thing you're going to do for ablative, which is worksheet number 2. Okay, then the next one is we're going to translate, not the entire sentence, we're going to translate the ablative. So here's a new sentence. Sokii graikos gladiis pugnant. I give you the translations. Sokii is the subject. It's in the nominative. I've underlined it here. Sokii means allies. Graikos. Well, wait a minute. I need a verb. All right, we don't have a verb next, so we're just going to put a blank here. We're going to put a placeholder here for the verb. Graikos is the Greeks, right? It's the direct object. It's in the accusative case. Okay, that's who the allies are verbing the Greeks. We don't know what the verb is yet, okay, but we'll get to it. Gladiis, here's our ablative. How are we going to translate gladiis? This is in your book. Look at your book to understand how to translate gladiis. We're going to translate it with swords. Gladius is the nominative singular. Gladiis is the ablative plural. That's how we're going to translate it. And then the last thing is our verb, pugnant. So we'll go back and fill that in. You do not have to actually do the translation. You have to pick the sentence which correctly translates Sokii graikos gladiis pugnant. There'll be 4 sentences. You pick the one that has both the correct verb and the correct, excuse me, the correct ablative. The last one is only 5 sentences. This last worksheet will give you 5 sentences to try your hand at translating simple sentences using the ablative. Let's try it. Well, the first thing we're going to do whenever we get a sentence we're going to translate is we're going to underline the verb. Viri mali feminas flammis pugnant. Read it out loud if that's the best way. Viri mali feminas flammis pugnant. Well, here I've underlined the verb, has the NT. Okay? Put a highlight around this ablative and let's start translating. Remember how we translated before? We have the subject, the nominative, plural, the men, bad, but we don't write it that way. We write it the bad men. That's our subject, the bad men. The bad men are doing something. We don't know yet, so we're just going to kind of put a line there. Here's my accusative plural. Accusative plural. I've got an AS here. So this is what the bad men are doing something to feminas. Feminas, women. And what are they doing something to the women with? With flames. Flama means flame. So this is ablative plural because it's got the IS. Okay, so we've got a sentence. The bad men do something to the women with flames. What are they doing? Opugnat. Now here we had pugnat, which means fight. Here we have opugnat, which means attack. So I recommend putting a blank in to hold the place for the verb until you figure out when you get to the end. So viri mali feminas flammis opugnat. The bad men attack women. Oh, maybe the women. The women with flames. Well, that's the end. Have a great Easter break. I will see you 2 weeks from Friday, it will be after the Easter holiday. I wish you a blessed resurrection. I will post on the stream how to say Happy Easter and how to say Christ is risen, he is risen indeed, so that you can greet each other in Latin. Have a great time. Don't wait till next 2 weeks to do all this work. Do a little bit at a time and let it sink in. Have a blessed day. Bye-bye.